Okay, you know what? I was gonna do some cool like intro and like dance some more for y'all because I guess that's my new intro. But the water bottle's right here. I just tripped over. Anyways, hi guys. Hey YouTube. What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Red checking in once again. Today I'm gonna do the second episode of Business Talk with Red. So I recently did a podcast with the homie Anthony and Javion. Their podcast is called Children of the Trenches. I actually put it in my community. I posted it in my community. So if you have a chance, please go check it out. But today I kind of want to talk about what led me into being an entrepreneur and why I started, and kind of like a little backstory about that. In the podcast, they kind of asked me like, who inspired you and like what, and like how did you get started? And I just thought, it'd be kind of cool to share this with you guys and kind of like my background and kind of like what and how and what inspired me, and how I got into fashion. So when I was in second grade, so that would probably maybe like 6. Wow, I was like 6 or 7. I was probably like 7. I don't know what it was, but my aunt at the time, but my aunt, she actually she's a business owner currently. She does my hair. She's my hairstylist. She does all the finger waves and stuff, but she's a hairstylist, and she had a real big love for jewelry. So she had like a box of jewelry that she just like jewelry stuff to make jewelry, and she basically decided to give it away. And I think she just gave it to me, or she asked me if I was interested in having it. And obviously I was like 7. Of course I was excited. I was like, yeah, like, and I was very artistic growing up. Like I wasn't not into sports. Like I was always like very like, I like art. I like creating. I like painting. I like drawing. I like doing all these different things. So, I think she saw that in me, and she was like, you want, my stuff to make jewelry. So I took her box. She had all the tools in there, and I got to work. I started making jewelry. And I don't know where or why. And it's funny because in the podcast, we actually talk about it, and they're like, wow, like it wasn't on you, it was in you. Like it was always in you. It was always in you. So basically like, I would make the jewelry, and then I don't know, like one day I really love Michael's. So my parents will always like take me to Michael's. Like I'll always buy new things for my jewelry, like to make jewelry, the things you need, the pliers, the actual wire to put the beads on. Like I was really doing jewelry. Like, I was really making jewelry. It's crazy. So, one day I actually bought like a box that like kind of like tiered up, and you could open it and you could have the different things. I bought like little like clear bags, and like the back, like the actual backings. I wish I had a thing to show you guys, but the backings that you sit the earrings on, I had that as well. And I had bought those, and one day I took like all my stuff to school, and like I would show all my friends, like, look what I made, like and one day like I started selling my jewelry. Like, mind you, I'm 7. Who, like, ain't nobody around me doing this, like, besides my aunt. But my aunt was really doing hair. Like, she wasn't selling anything, she was just doing hair. And my parents worked a 9 to 5. Like I always grew up around my parents working a 9 to 5, going to work, coming home. Like nobody in my family is entrepreneurs. Like I'm probably the first entrepreneur, like truly. My sister is doing something right now, entrepreneurial, and kind of like an entrepreneurial journey right now. But like, as far as growing up, like, no, like there was nobody around me doing anything as far as like being an entrepreneur, like a lot of 9 to 5 or like, like normal jobs, So I don't know where it came from, but one day I brought my box to school and started showing my friends, and then I showed a couple of the parents. I was like, you can buy one and then you can get one free, or you can buy 2 and get 1 free. It's 50 cents, but if you want, like, I'll give it to you for $1 if you want to take 2. Like, I was wheeling and dealing in second grade. Like, who, like, what is 7? I'm 7, like 7 trying to do this. Don't know what, but I also like started making business cards out of paper. I would sit in class and write my name, and like I think I wrote what else did I write on there? I can't even remember. I think I put like my title or something on there, but I would literally take college ruled paper, write my name, write who I was, and like cut them out and give them to people. And it just like baffles me when I really sit back and think about the path that I'm headed on and like what I'm doing now. And it just like it's all aligned. Like it's so aligned for my life, and it's just crazy when I talk about it. But yeah, I found that very crazy when I was talking to them about it on the podcast. I was like, man, like this really is in me. Like it's always been in me, and it's always been in me to just be a hustler. Like I've always been a hustler, even when I was just young. Like, you know, I would save my little quarters. I would mop the floor to get some money from my parents. Like, what else did I do? I wrote a book. I don't even know where that thing is. I wish I knew where it was, but I wrote a book and I don't even know what it was about, but I wrote a little story book and created like a little book, like literally took paper. I think I had like, you know, like just drawing paper. I had drawing paper. I would write out the story, and I wrote out like 10 of them. Handwritten, and stapled all the pages together. I literally vividly remember this, and stapled all of the papers together, wrote the title and everything, who was by me, and I was handing them out to people. Like I literally would go around and hand them to my friends. Like, oh guys, I don't know, I don't even like, it just baffles me every time I talk about it, because I'm like, wow, like I really been a hustler. I've really been about being an entrepreneur, being, you know, someone going after it and doing what I got to do to make, you know, whatever I got to make, or like just making something out of nothing. Like I was really doing that at 7, like, and it just stayed in me, you know. Like I continuously just like would try to find other ways, and like obviously I stayed in fashion, and I would just hustle until I, you know, started to see some things happening around me. But always worked. Like I was working at 16, I had 2 jobs. Like I always been a hustler. So like when I was talking to them about it, I just really like sat back and thought about it. But I don't know, guys. I feel like that's my little story time. I hope you guys like that. My little business talk story time. I'll probably title it that, business talk story time. But yeah, that was kind of like what led me into being an entrepreneur, and kind of like the beginning stages. And I was only 7, you know, and to think where I am now, what I'm doing now is crazy. It, like I said, all aligned. But yeah, guys, let me know what else you guys want to talk about in the business talk. This was just a quick little video kind of telling y'all about like when I was young, and like what I did, and kind of like how I started out and everything. So like, comment, share, subscribe. I will continue with these business talks. I'm trying to keep up with it every week, kind of like come out with a business talk. Leave me some ideas about things you guys want to know as far as business, as far as even YouTube. Like I don't mind talking about that, and kind of like what you guys are interested about, or like what you guys want to know. Like definitely drop some comments. Let me know. I'll make a video on it, and we can go from there, y'all. I'm really excited, and I just want to continue to keep up with this series. This is business and like entrepreneurial journeys, and you know, all of that is very important to me, and it really makes me excited. So just keep dropping all those comments and letting me know what y'all thoughts. And yeah, I'll touch back with y'all soon. Love y'all. Go ahead and subscribe to your girl.